Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine McCoy and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking in to drop by, but if you're a returner, it is always nice to have you back. And we are going to be talking about some must-haves for regional conferences, specifically when it comes to packing. So I think I've got a little bit of expertise on this. I mean, I have been to a lot of regional conferences in my limited 4.5 years of being a member. So I had my first NARC, my second NARC. I also went to the Central Regional Conference that year, which ended up being canceled, but we can still add that one in because, oh, the reason why it was canceled, that was the one in 2020. So I still had to pack for it, so we're gonna go ahead and include that as number 3. And then the next year, 2021, everything was virtual, so no packing necessary. But then in 2022, when everything opened back up, by being the international second vice president, I ended up going to almost all of the regional conferences. I was not able to go to the Mid-Atlantic Regional Conference because I spent it at the Great Lakes Regional Conference for the entire weekend. That way I could see my mom win. So proud of her. That was when she became the International Nominating Committee representative for Great Lakes region, and I had to be there for that. So it was a good reason, but 3 + 9, 12 regional conferences, and I've only been a member since 2018. So yeah, I've been able to go to a lot, and regional conference is a very big thing. It is essentially from Thursday through Sunday, and I'm sorry, I'm very, very sorry that this video, I'm pretty sure, is going to be coming out in the middle of Southeastern Regional Conference. You all have already packed. You're already at regional conference, but for the 9 regions that come after, I hope that you are able to use this video to help you when it comes to packing, and we're going to get into it in a couple of different sections. The first being registration. When it comes to regional conference, you need to make sure that you have your registration packed with you. And some people are a little more old school. They will bring an actual printout of their registration email. Yes, we like that. That's good. You can also just bring your phone. It's going to have the registration email right there. You're going to make sure that you have your registration for, the hotel. If you are someone who is going to be traveling by airplane, make sure that you have your tickets, boarding pass ready. And at the very, very least, when you get up, because the registration lines, they are an experience. My first regional conference, I remember working the registration line. I worked it my second year as well. And then I became international second vice president. It didn't have to touch a registration line. And that was a good thing. That was a very good thing. But it is a part of the process. So when you are done waiting in the registration line, when you step up, even if you don't have your registration printed out or you don't have your email of the registration confirmation easy to get to, at the very least, you need to have your financial card number memorized, or have the physical financial card, or you could have printed out a temporary financial card from the members only website. But that's something you should have memorized. So those are all of the registrational logistical things that you are going to need to remember to pack, or at least have access to when it comes time for regional conference. Up next, we are going to talk about some health-related things. Yes, we are having our second year of back in-person regional conferences, but the pandemic is not over. People are still out here getting COVID. People are also still out here having the regular schmegular flu, cold, all those nasty, icky things that people just go around spreading, not coughing into their elbows, coughing into their hand, touching, and then spreading it all over. You still want to make sure that you're keeping yourself safe. So, mask, bring some masks. Make sure that you bring a solid white mask because that will be needed on the day that you all have to wear all white for rituals. Make sure that you have hand sanitizer. Make sure that you have the hand sanitizer wipe pads, the alcohol pads. That way you can clean something if you're going to be working on a flat surface. And some of y'all might want to use gloves because I have seen people wearing gloves out for regional conference because you are going to be very closely packed people. That's what it's like for all the luncheons. That's what it's like for all the plenaries. You all will be very close. Not a lot of elbow room. So those are just some suggestions for making sure that you have all of the health related items that you are going to utilize during regional conference. Up next is electronics. Now, when you leave your room at 6:30 a.m., you are not coming back until 1 a.m. the next day. Sometimes it is like that. So you have to make sure that you have everything you need when it comes to your phone, because the worst thing, we do live in the age of technology. Doesn't matter if you are an undergrad. I'm not an undergraduate anymore. Doesn't matter if you are an undergrad, a newly grad, a silver, a gold. You need to make sure that you have everything you need for your phone. That way it can stay nice and juiced up for the entire rest of the day. So you're going to make sure that you have the block. So that's what goes into the wall. But also, because, and this is one thing that I really like about mine has 2 USB ports. So I can have one block and then I can put 2 USBs. That way I can charge both my iPad and my phone. And I really like that because it cuts down on the amount of blocks that I have to use. I can offer the other USB to someone else if they need to charge. And that is something that'll be very useful because there have been plenty of times when people have said, does anyone have a block? I have a cord, but I don't have a block. Next thing you're going to need is a cord. That cord, I like the ones that I have because they're different colors. Like I got my mom some pink ones, I got my dad some black ones. Mine are like these gray and white ones, and they're 6 feet long. That way I don't have to sit right next to it, be leaned all over, trying to use my phone while it's still charging. But it gives me a lot of wiggle room, and then at the end when I'm not using it, I just make sure I roll it all the way up. That way it's not in there knotting with everything else. You also need a portable charger. I'll put pictures of the ones that like I use and my mom uses, but my mom uses an iWalk, I use a Miyadi, and both of those are just going to help make sure that, yes, because I'm going to be taking pictures, I'm going to be taking videos throughout the entirety of the day, and that is going to run the battery down. But when I have my portable charger, I know that I will have 2.5 full charges that I can use for my phone. That way it doesn't die by the end of the day. Up next is clothing, and this one is very, very simple. Technically, all you have to do is look at the schedule at a glance, and on the other side, like it'll say, here's the event, attire. So that's really all you have to do, but here are some general things that will be useful for each and every regional conference. First and foremost is tights. You do not want to get to the location of wherever it is that you're going, realize you don't have tights, try to go to the nearest Target or Walmart, and then all they have is tights for light colored people, as in white colored people. Or you don't want to go and there's only 2 or 3 tights suitable for brown skinned women, and well, they've already been picked up because there are 2,000 people in the city now. So get that before. What I like using is the Hanes silky sheer tights. They come in 2-pack, and that's what you need, honestly, because this is going to be a 4-day event, and you want to make sure that you have a backup. Backups are good, very good. So When it comes to the tights, you can get them either in white or flesh tone. I like flesh tone. Flesh tone makes me smile. Up next, you will need your paraphernalia. And this is something that will be useful for the service activities, for the step and stroll, for all of those other times when you don't have to be, you know, posh and fancy. So you're gonna have your t-shirts, your sweatshirts, things that you can move around in, especially when it comes to the service activity, because it might be an active thing that you have to do. And you're also going to have, you know, your chucks. Maybe they're going to be bedazzled. I don't know, because a lot of regional conferences did that last year. So you're going to have like your pink and green chucks or Nikes or Skechers, whatever they might be. Speaking of shoes, there are two very, very, very important things that you must bring. You have your heels and then you have your flats. So your heels, unless you are someone who has an orthopedic issue and have to wear specific orthopedic type shoes for a condition that you have, you're going to have to wear heels. I mean, they look nice, but it can be very difficult to walk in them when you are going from plenary all the way across the convention center to luncheon, back to plenary, back to another luncheon, gotta go back to the hotel, gotta come back down. Like, it's a lot. So you're gonna have your heels. You're gonna look cute. You're gonna hit that lean in those heels and it's gonna look great in the pictures. So you got your heels and then you have your flats. Those flats are for when you are walking in between all of the different locations that you will ultimately have to go to for the entirety of the regional conference. Then you have the professional wear that will be worn at all of those different plenaries. Now, professional wear, think skirts, think dresses. Those are always better than the pants. There is just that culture of traditionality and femininity within the sorority, and you cannot go wrong with a nice dress or some skirts. You cannot go wrong with that, because sometimes, remember, sometimes you cannot be wearing pants depending on what it is that's happening during the plenary. So you have your pants, you have your dresses, your skirts, you've got your blazers, and because we're Alpha Kappa Alpha, pink and green, those are always going to be great. Neutrals, so blacks, navies, grays, those are always going to be good. Those are the kinds of things that you should be getting together for plenary. You are also going to want to pack a formal gown. And when I say formal gown, that means all the way down to the ground. That formal gown is 9 times out of 10 going to be used for the closing gala, which usually happens on Saturday night. So you're gonna have your beautiful long gala dress to make you feel like a princess. And another thing, because that formal gown, that's going to be different for every regional conference. You have to see, what does your regional director want? What did she say she wants for her closing gala? On that same note, there is also a regional director's dinner. Your regional director might say, pair and chucks, that's all I want. Your regional director might say, roaring 20s. Okay, now you got to get a roaring 20s outfit going on. That's what I got to do, because I'm going to be going to the North Atlantic Regional Conference. If you're at the North Atlantic Regional Conference, I will see you there. Obviously, I'm also going to be at the Great Lakes Regional Conference. If you see me there, ask for a picture. And these are just the kinds of things that you have to make sure you're looking at, because while yes, there are some standard things that you want to bring in your clothing, there's also going to be some specific must-haves depending on what it is that is going on that your regional director has given the attire for. Up next is toiletries. Now, if you are traveling by air, then getting these in travel size is going to be your best friend. Because remember, you are dealing not only with the fact that there's a weight limit, but also a size limit. So you're going to make sure that you have your mouthwash, toothpaste, toothbrush. You're going to make sure that you have your shower gel, your lotion or body oil, that you have your shower cap. Maybe you use shower shoes, or that you have your deodorant, Please bring your deodorant. We are going to be very close for 4 days. We do not need anyone to be smelling bad. So you're going to have your deodorant, you're going to have your perfume to put on after you have finished lotioning up, your makeup. Obviously, you are pretty without your makeup, but you do not want to forget anything at home. So make sure when you're sitting there getting stuff together, you're like, okay, let me go over my makeup routine in my head and make sure that I have each and every one of my tools with me. Same thing goes for at the end of the night. You're going to make sure that you have your skincare routine items. You're going to make sure that you have your bonnet, your silk cap. You're going to make sure that you have in the morning when it's time to get ready and do your hair, that you have whatever tools it is you need. Do you need your hairspray? Do you need your mousse? Do you need your edge control, your little edge brush? Make sure that you have all of those things. Just stand there going over your morning routine and your evening routine in your mind, saying, okay, yes, I have that tool, I have that product, I have that tool, I have that product. We are good. We are good. And then that will be everything that you need for your toiletries. Ooh, one more thing I forgot to mention, because this has happened at the last 2 things that I've been going to. It's a good idea to have something to fix your nail, because sometimes a nail will chip, a nail will break, a nail will pop off if you're someone who wears press-ons. So make sure that you have a file, make sure that you have a clipper, and if you are someone who wears the pop-ons, that you have glue with you. So that is actually everything that you would need for toiletries. Must-haves for jewelry. This is very, very simple. Make sure that you have some pearls, because I mean, that's kind of our signature thing. Make sure that you have a necklace of pearls, some pearl earrings, maybe a bracelet if you want to, but beyond that, because like there are other things besides pearls out there when it comes to jewelry, just, you know, gold jewelry, silver jewelry, rings, necklaces, bracelets, earrings. Those are all the things that you're going to make sure that you have in their little pouches, maybe knowing that, okay, this set of jewelry goes with this outfit for this day, this set of jewelry goes with this outfit for this day, here's my pink, here's my green, all those kinds of things, just to make sure that you don't have a banging outfit and then naked up here. And the final, most important thing that you have to remember to pack when you are getting ready for regional conference is space. Space is the most important thing. Do not bring a purse. You are going to get a purse at the regional conference. That would just be a waste of space. Make sure that you have a nice little area make sure that you have an area that is big enough to hold whatever it is that you plan to get, plus a little more. Because obviously, you're gonna hit up the vendors. Obviously, I mean, that's one of the best parts of regional conference. But you're going thinking like, okay, I have my space set aside for a sweatshirt, and then a couple of trinkets, and then a set of, I don't know, cards or stationery. Maybe that's what you go in wanting to get. But remember, you are going to get gifts simply for going to certain events. You're going to get a gift at the regional director's dinner, a gift at the closing gala. There might be some gifts that are handed out at the step and stroll competition. You do not know, and you don't want to be sitting there at the end going, I love X, whatever they gave me, but I don't know how to get it. I don't know how to get it back because I came in with 47 pounds of stuff. If you come to regional conference with 47 pounds of clothing and shoes, that's a lot, but I'm not gonna judge you because I know I did the same sometimes. You can't go with so little amount of wiggle room and then get all these things and be like, ugh, okay, my bag is 55 pounds now. I don't feel like, you know, shelling out $100 for 5 extra pounds. Now I gotta put 5 pounds into my new regional conference bag. just make sure that you have enough space and enough weight that you have set aside to account for all of the things that you plan to get and that you will unexpectedly for surprise gift getting. So that is everything that I have of must-haves for regional conference. I really, really hope that this has helped you. If you have any suggestions of things that you think other people might also need that you believe I have missed, go ahead and put that down in the comments below. And if you are going to Great Lakes Regional Conference or North Atlantic Regional Conference this year, I'm going to see you literally in a couple of weeks. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!